Hi guys. I know I'm not there today. I will be back tomorrow. Please, please, please be good for the guest teacher. You should have gotten this. What you see on the screen is what you should have gotten handed out to you from the guest teacher. You will return this to them at the end of the class period. Tomorrow when I'm back, I will go through and see what questions you guys still have and make sure we're all on the same page before we move on to anything new. Once we are done with this video and this lesson, then you guys can be on Prodigy for the rest of the class period. Again, turn this page in to the guest teacher as soon as we are done. You might need to pause the video to make sure you're copying everything down, so please do that as necessary. Okay, so this is our second lesson in this new unit, and I'm just going to read here. It says comparing fractions with different denominators. Now, a denominator is a bottom part of our fraction. What we did in our first lesson from last week, the last part of it, when we had to do a lot of the coloring, we were comparing fractions when they had the same bottoms, but the tops were different. And then we compared fractions when the tops were the same, but the bottoms were different. Excuse me. So we're just going to continue that theme here. So reading on the page, it says, how do we use number lines to compare fractions? Well, we are going to figure out if a fraction is far away from 0 or if they are close to 0. Does that matter as much? No. We really just want to know what's bigger. And another thing that we did last week in our lesson was use our alligator symbols. So on example 1, where it says, which fraction is greater? Let's refresh your memory about the alligators. I'm sorry, let me pause this for a second. Alright, sorry about that. My throat was a little scratchy. Okay, so we're going to talk about our alligators on this first example. So it says, which fraction is greater? And then it's saying 2/6 or 5/6. Well, as we're comparing these, the bottoms are the same. So let's use our alligator symbols first to figure out which one is actually the bigger fraction. Well, 2 compared to a 5. 5 is definitely more than 2. So off to the side, I want you to rewrite 2/6, leave a little space, and then 5/6. And I want you to draw your alligator eating the bigger fraction, which in this case is 5/6. Draw your alligator that way. So we know just from last week's lesson that this is true. 5/6 is more than 2/6. Well, let's visually do this. Now, I'm not going to have the colored pencils here, so just use your pencil to do some coloring. We have two fractions, again, 2/6 and 5/6, and I have two number lines. So on the first number line, I want you to, off to the side, to rewrite the fraction 2/6. We are going to color in on this first number line what 2/6 looks like. And so that is coloring two sections of this number line. I'm sorry, my tablet is a little laggy right now. So, a little troublesome. Sorry, let me pause again. Goodness, I'm sorry about all those interruptions. Okay, so here we're going to color in just using your pencil. So I'm not going to have any colored pencils get pulled out. Using your pencil, let's color 2/6 on our number line. That means two sections on here. So here's one section. Use your pencil to color in. Here's another section. Very good. Now, our second number line is going to be the second fraction, 5/6. So please, to the left of the number line, write 5/6. And we're going to color in what this looks like. So 5/6 means 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, Well, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So let's start to color all that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's take a moment and look at all of our colors. What's happening? Is the amount that we're shading, is it getting bigger or is it getting smaller? I want you to think about that for just a minute. Is it getting bigger or smaller with our shading? Well, hopefully you're seeing that our shading is getting bigger. So here's our sentence. Here's our takeaway. I want you to do a little star next to this. And this says, when the denominator stays the same, that means the bottom number stays the same, and the numerator, that's the top, increases, the fractions get, and in our blank, we say bigger. And this would be a great time to pause the video if you need to finish coloring in or writing anything down. Okay, let's go to example 2. Still talking about figuring out which fraction is bigger. Well, this is a little bit different than our last one because the two bottoms of our fractions, or the denominators, they're different numbers. So I can't right away use my alligator symbols because I'm just not sure how to start. Well, that's okay. We can use our coloring with our number lines to figure this out. Then we'll write our answer using our alligators. This first number line is cut into thirds because the first fraction has a bottom of 3. So this has 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. Off to the side, to the left of your number line, I want you to write the first fraction 1/3. We're going to color in what this looks like. 1/3 means I color in one section out of the 3. So let's color in with our pencils one section. Good job. Okay, next one. We have 1/2. So this bottom number line is already split up for us. 1/2 means the bottom here is 2, meaning we have 2 sections. 1, 2. Off to the left of the number line, let's write the fraction we're dealing with. 1/2. This is going to tell us what we're shading in. So 1/2 means I shade one section out of our 2. So that's just this first section. Okay, let's take a minute and think about this. What's happening with the amount that we are coloring in? Is it getting bigger or is it getting smaller? Take a minute to think about that. Okay, let's see, what do you think? Hopefully we noticed that the amount we shaded got bigger. So let's put a little star next to the sentence because it means it's important. When the numerator, so that's the top number, stays the same and the denominator increases, the fractions get, well, let me think about this. So we thought this was going to get bigger, right? Well, I think I read it wrong. So I'm sorry. I read our question wrong. Let's look at the denominator, so the bottom of our number. It's getting from 2 to 3. So I actually needed to look at the big shading compared to the small amount of shading. So I am really sorry. I'm sorry that was confusing. I am going to go back through this tomorrow. But I read it wrong. So we actually need to look at the fraction that had the smaller bottom compared to the fraction with the bigger bottom. and our shading actually got smaller. So that is our actual fill in the blank. I am super sorry about that. And we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Thank you guys for being so patient with this. So another great time to pause the video to get stuff written down or to finish coloring. Okay, next one. So we should turn to the back side of that paper, turn it over to where it says example 3. Okay, we're no sentences here. We're just going to compare our fractions again. So let's see, which fraction is greater? This time we're going to compare 6/8 compared to 5/6. Okay, well, we're going to use shading to do this. We'll see which one gets shaded the most. The first fraction has a bottom of 8. That's our first number line, because that means there's 8 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So off to the side, please write down 6/8. Now it's time for shading. 6 means we color in 6 of those sections. So using your pencil, let's color in 6 sections. Okay, very good. I need to change my color. Let's go rainbow color. Our next fraction in our problem is 5/6. So I write off to the side 5/6 of the second number line. The bottom of this fraction is 6, meaning there's 6 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top number 5 means we're going to color in 5 of those sections. So let's start coloring now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this is a tough call here. Let's take a minute. Let's think which fraction got shaded the most. So which one we got colored in more? Was it 6/8 or was it 5/6? Take a minute to think about that. Which one got shaded more? Well, hopefully you're seeing that 5/6 got shaded more than 6/8. What that means is that 5/6 is actually it's greater than the other fraction. So let's use our alligator symbols. Next to the question where it says which fraction is greater, let's rewrite them. So rewrite 6/8, leave a space, and then write 5/6. Based off of our shading, 5/6 got colored in more, meaning our alligator will be eating 5/6. Another great time to pause and get caught up. Okay, I realized on example 2 on the front page, I forgot to use our alligator symbols. So let's flip back to that side really fast. We noticed that 1/2 got shaded more than 1/3. So we need to use our alligator symbols there. Next to the question, rewrite 1/3 and 1/2. 1/2 got shaded more, meaning our alligator eats 1/2. Sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, just a little bit I want you to do. And then for the rest of the class, you need to be on Prodigy and please be on your best behavior for our guest teacher. Please, please. If you guys turn to the back side of that paper where there's this big old empty space on the page, I just want to review our alligator symbols really fast with a couple examples. So write down 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do 4 of them. We're going to use our alligator symbols and we're going to compare 2 numbers. So remember, alligators eat the bigger number. So let's see, let's go with 100 and leave a space compared to 75. Don't answer it yet. Question 2, let's go with 36 and 37. Question 3, let's go with 4 and 44. And our last one, please write down 52 compared to 21. Okay, I want you to fill in these blanks with the alligators. Make the alligators eat the bigger numbers. Pause the video and then unpause to check your answers. All right, let's see how you did. On the first one, our alligator should be eating 100. 100 is bigger than 75. Question 2, our alligator should be eating 37 because that's more than 36. Question 3, our alligator should be eating 44 because again, 44 is more than the number 4. And finally, the last one, 52 is what our alligator is going to eat because it's more than 21. Okay, make sure you finish this, get it all copied down. You need to turn this paper into your guest teacher, please. Don't put it into your binders. I want to check it. I want the guest teacher to hold on to it for safekeeping. I will be back tomorrow. You guys can get on Prodigy. Please have a good day. Okay, I'll see you guys later.